All right, guys. Phase 2 followed by phase 3. Phase 2 slight modification. First, of course, for tonight only, the shackle and dead targets have changed. Please review. One of the things that was going wrong last time we got to phase 2 is when the ads were spawning, some of the DPS were dry on resource, whether it's astral power, shards, whatever your class rage, whatever your class resource is. After the intermission phase ends, when the remnant has gone back, you have about 3 to 4 GCDs. Okay, those 3 to 4 GCDs should be spent on not necessarily doing damage to Anduin. It should be used to generate a resource. The first ad that was up was staying up for way too long, or the first one that is supposed to be killed. That's primarily because people were going into the phase dry. Just remember, watch the timer when the ad's about to spawn. Make sure you have maximum resource. You go into the phase, you will continue nuking the ads in the same sequence. One of the things we will change is the fourth ad in the first ad set. We're going to continue for now trying to kill it before Kingsmorn Hunger, so at least start doing damage to it. Team 1 down, or the team 1 that goes down first, which is mostly comprised of melee, as soon as this ad or this Grim Reflection is about to die, you need to start booking it to be ready for the Kingsmorn. A lot of times people would get late or be behind, but as soon as this ad is about to die, about 20%, start heading over to the fourth Grim Reflection. The fourth Grim Reflection, just remember, Druids, when you have 4 seconds left on the Kingsmorn Hunger cast, use your DBM for this. 4 seconds left on the Kingsmorn Hunger cast, you're going to cyclone this ad. Okay, you're going to cyclone this Grim Reflection. As he's casting Kingsmorn, we're going to open with a stun from Camite to leg sweep. We're going to follow it with the beam. We're going to follow it with any remaining stuns, and that should be the end of the fourth ad. Also, there was a couple of players cleaving off Anduin. I want to re-emphasize Anduin damage in P2 is quite irrelevant. Please make sure all of your damage is being pumped into these ads, okay? All right, wicked stars are being done very well. In the event that we are unable to kill all 4 Grim Reflections in the first set in time, what we're going to do is we're going to pop the Kingsmorn Hunger here. We're going to kill ad 3 and we're going to wait right here. We're going to pop the Kingsmorn Hunger here, so the Lost Souls are here now instead of down here. And then we're going to move Anduin along with everybody upstairs to here. The problem with that is it makes Grim Reflection, this final Grim Reflection, very, very risky because we only have half the raid up, we have half the stun, CCs, interrupts, and Befouled Barrier is about to get cast, okay? So we're going to do everything in our power to get to position where we kill the fourth Grim Reflection, okay? Before Kingsmorn Hungers. Make sure you go into it with full resources. Make sure you guys go to Warcraft logs, look at the top 10, any of the top 10 execution parses for this boss. Find your class in one of those logs and look at the minute of the Grim Reflection that are up. They're only up for a minute. You need to go into this phase already with an idea of what you're going to do, which cast you're going to do during Grim Reflections. Last night, there are players who got like 3 casts off in the entire minute because they're frantically running around, or 4 casts off. It's fine. You saw it. However, tonight, I expect everyone to, in the minute, use all your GCDs for damage unless you have a Wicked Star or you got to move, okay? I need to see a lot more damage from some of the players on Grim Reflections specifically. All right. Phase 3. The only thing challenging about phase 3 is the clearing, okay? The clearing of what? The blasphemy. In order to clear the blasphemy debuff, you have to run into the purging light, which is this big yellow circle in the middle. When you run into the purging light, it creates a projectile that goes out diagonally across from wherever you entered the purging light. So is basically from the center and wherever you entered. So if Joe entered here, the projectile sort of goes like that. Draw a line from the middle of the arena through your player. That's where your projectile is going to go, approximately. And somebody has to catch the projectile on the other side. It's like a basketball pass, right? So you go in, the projectile goes, and Theo has to catch it. If Theo does not catch it, we wipe. Any missed catch wipes the raid in P3, guys. Guys, when we get to P3, we will kill the boss. Okay, so all you need to do is make sure you don't miss the catch. When you clear, when you touch the purging light, the raid gets a dot. Everybody who touches gets a stack, gives a stack of the dot to the entire raid. How are we going to clear purging light? We're going to clear purging light in the following sequence: 3, 2, 2, and then finally 1. Okay, what this means is 2 players. Finally, only 1 here. So the first set, Joe, Maud, and Corey, you're going to run into the purging light. These players as assigned are going to soak. You'll hear me say, all you'll hear me say is set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4. In that cadence, okay, we go set 1, wait till the dot has expired, set 2, set 3, set 4. You need to make sure you pre-spread to your positions, okay? Don't go late and don't go too early. These guys here are going to immune. So if you both can use an immunity, you can just immune and run into each other. So here, Dan and Jimmy are going to immune. Boosh and Sauce. Sauce going to bubble. Boosh is going to turtle. We're going to have Finn tonight instead of Boosh. He can also use immunity and run into Jimmy. Okay, so as soon as Blasphemy comes up, spawns, use your immunity and run into the other player. All right. So to recap, set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4. All right. And that's really it, guys. For healing, there's Genevieve and Heaney. You're on this side. You're assigned to keep your side of the raid alive, okay? This side of the arena. Nas and Nick over here, there's the reason the healers are towards the middle on each side. Keep your side of the raid alive. Sauce, you're going to do your best to keep the tanks alive, okay? And that's essentially it. So, to recap, P2, get better with Grim Reflection damage. P3, don't miss the soak. Don't miss the soak. Don't miss the soak. We kill the boss. A couple of substitutions here for tonight. We've already reached out. We already reached out to them. It's all good. I think Brad in place of Clark here. So on and so forth. All right. That's really it, guys. I'll see you all at 8.